Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and sometimes controversial principles from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. That's right, we're talking about Law 3, Conceal Your Intentions. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't that sound a bit manipulative? And you wouldn't be alone in feeling that way. But as we unpack this law today, I think you'll see, what does conceal your intentions even mean? Let's start with the basics. What does it really mean to conceal your intentions? At its core, this law is about protecting your plans and ideas until the time is right to reveal them. It's not about lying or trickery. It's about being strategic with the information you share. Think of it like playing poker. You wouldn't show your cards to your opponents, right? If you did, they'd immediately adjust their strategy to counter yours. Concealing your intentions works the same way. When people know what you're up to, they can block you, undermine you, or even steal your ideas. Here's a question for you. Have you ever shared a big idea or goal with someone, only to feel like they sabotaged it or stole your thunder? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Now let's try to understand the psychology behind the law and talk about why this law works. Human beings are naturally curious. When you reveal too much, you give others the power to predict your actions. But when you keep your plans close to the chest, you maintain control. Robert Greene explains that people tend to make assumptions based on what they see. If you give them a decoy, something to focus on that isn't your true intention, they're less likely to dig deeper. This keeps your real goals protected. Let me share a quick example from history. During World War II, the Allies used a strategy called Operation Bodyguard to deceive the Germans about the location of the D-Day invasion. They created fake military camps, planted false intelligence, and used decoys to mislead the enemy. The result? The real invasion caught the Germans completely off guard. That's the power of concealing your intentions. And before we move on, let me ask, have you ever been in a situation where someone's... Now, the point is how to use this law in everyday life. All right, let's bring this down to earth. How can you use Law 3 in your daily life? Let's explore 3 practical strategies. Number 1, use decoys. This is all about giving people something to focus on that isn't your true intention. For example, if you're working on a big career move, you might talk about a side hobby or an unrelated goal. This keeps people from probing too much into your real plans. Think of it as misdirection in magic. The magician makes you look at one hand while the other performs the trick. You're doing the same thing, but in the context of your goals. Number 2, keep your cards close. Here's a simple tip. Be selective about what you share. You don't have to reveal everything to everyone. Share just enough to build trust and maintain relationships, but not so much that people can figure out your entire strategy. A great way to practice this is by asking more questions and listening more than you talk. The less you say, the more you learn about others, and the easier it is to plan your next move. Number 3, create a smokescreen. This one's fun. A smokescreen is a deliberate distraction. Let's say you're planning to leave your job and start your own business. Instead of talking about your startup, you might emphasize how excited you are about an upcoming vacation. It keeps people looking in the wrong direction while you quietly work on your real goal. Jobs and his team were incredibly secretive. They hinted at new innovations but never revealed the full picture. By the time the iPhone launched, it was a complete game changer, and competitors were left scrambling to catch up. Another example comes from sports. Think about a coach who keeps their playbook hidden until game day. They might run certain plays during practice to throw off scouts from the opposing team. This kind of misdirection is classic Law 3. Now, here's a question for you. Can you think of a time when you successfully concealed your intentions to achieve a goal? Share it if yes, other thing. Of course, it's not just about using the law. It's also about protecting yourself from others who might use it against you. How do you do that? Here are 3 quick tips. Number 1, be observant. Pay attention to inconsistencies in people's stories or behavior. If something feels off, it might be a sign they're concealing something. Number 2, ask probing questions. Sometimes simply asking the right questions can help you uncover the truth. Number 3, stay neutral. Avoid revealing too much of your own intentions. The less others know about your plans, the harder it is for them to manipulate you. And remember, before we wrap up, let's address the elephant in the room. Is this law ethical? The answer depends on how you use it. If you're concealing your intentions to protect yourself or achieve a positive goal, it can be perfectly ethical. But if you're using it to deceive or exploit others, that's where it crosses the line. Remember, power itself is neutral. It's how you use it that determines whether it's good or bad. So, always consider your intentions and the potential impact of your actions. All right, that's a wrap on Law 3. Conceal your intentions. I hope this breakdown has given you a deeper understanding of the law and how you can apply it in your life. Remember, strategy isn't about deceit. It's about timing, discretion, and knowing when to reveal your hand. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And hey, let's keep the conversation going in the comments. How do you plan to use this law in your own life? Or have you ever been on the receiving end of it? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strategic.